Void definitely seeming to be one of those carries that you could kind of pick first as they did, and it does feel good, right? I mean, I feel there's not too many hero or at least core positions carries that are like that right now, but yeah, Void's certainly one of them, right?
Yeah, definitely. I'm also curious to see, like, you know, if anybody can make Brewmaster work, because this hero is terrible in everybody's hands so far. Maybe it'll be 33, you know, the Micro Master himself.
Yeah, I mean, he's been picking it for every single patch pretty much, you know. He loves to seize an opportunity for that hero. So we'll see how it works out and see if they can get the 2-0. If Cyber Legacy are able to find some of the magic, some of the power that they did have at the start of game 1, because it did look great. They were off to a great start at the start of the series, at the start of last game, but it went downhill pretty hard in those last few minutes. So we'll see where they are in this game. In terms of some of these lanes, I mean, is there some potentials for some strong lanes here from Cyber Legacy? I
like their lanes a lot here. Yeah. I actually think. I mean, the top lane is a little bit of a weird one because I'm not too sure like how the Shadow Demon. I know Milan's the best Shadow Demon in the world for me, so this guy's like an X factor up here. But I think bottom is a pretty winning lane. I think mid's a pretty good lane for the Kunkka versus a Nature's Prophet too. So yeah, they're in great lane setups. All right, well let's see if they can come out ahead at the start. So this. I want to see what Fado's going to do on the Witch Doctor in this game, because this is the one thing that kind of bails out bottom is Void's like a strong laner, and then he has like one of the strongest 5 positions kind of at his back. So I feel like he's going to be able to secure the farm of that Void pretty easy versus Bloodseeker and Rubik. If he wants to go for heal, especially if that's a choice that he does want to go for. It's 3 heroes though at the start here. Looks like Cyber Legacy might want to start off with a bang. Just kidding. The blob right, just to secure the rune, make sure that they don't step down into it. And I imagine, you know, we're going to see Slayer head up towards top. We're not going to want to stay as a 3-man down here against the Void. No, especially now when you have Wave of Terror. You want to try lane, you get the stun, you get the lift just for the first blood. But he's actually going to... Yeah. He's walking back to his courier. Okay, so he's grabbing his salve first, and then he's going to TP. Okay. All right. Cool. Then they know that they're playing versus the Shadow Demon, so we do see also the Venge starts with a stick, so we'll be able to get those stick charges. Oh, cool combo actually. Nice. Shadow Poison plus the Cinder Brew. The poison actually pops it immediately. That's true actually. Yeah, that's going to be quite potent long duration damage. Yeah, like you don't have to commit either. That's the thing, right? No, like if he gets high points in Cinder Brew, yeah, you just throw it from a distance and you're going to be able to get farm. And you're going to be able to push the wave in at a very low mana cost. It's only 50. I mean, this is cool. This is a cool approach. I've never seen something like this. Yeah, well, we'll see how sort of Crimin and Slayer are able to deal with it. I mean, you imagine with this build as well, as the Brew you're going to max Cinder Brew. I think he might. Yeah. I mean, how sort of the numbers look on that spell when it scales up? I mean, it's a lot of damage. Not bad, bro. Doubles the damage. It's very low cooldown. Level 1 to level 2. Yeah, it's... Boy, yeah. Good luck in this. I think when these two hit level 3, the amount of damage they're going to be able to do is sort of eat Cinder Brew and check their poison stacks. It's going to be so tough to lane into. This is really, really cool, actually. I'm very curious to see how it's going to work out for them. Because now it's like... You know, your Venge Drow is very good versus these melee heroes, but he's not really acting as a melee hero because he's just pulling the creep wave back and just throwing a brew onto them. Cool. Yeah, well, we'll see how Cyber Legacy deal with this. I don't think this necessarily sort of would have been something they would have thought of when they saw the heroes straight away. I mean, I guess we just don't see a lot of brew, really. That's the major factor in this strat coming out. Or much 4 position. It's mostly the Brew, but it's or much 4 position Shadow Demon too. This is like this is a cool little ignite thing. So I've seen it with like Wave of Terror and stuff like that, but yeah, just being able to use it with a literal full spammable ability. Yeah, you're always gonna have it. And now they'll get this creep wave round. Milan's gonna drag it over, force Kuman to find somewhere to farm this big wave that he's got coming into him. He's going to try and take it past the tower. This is nicely done. So we'll be able to make it meet the next wave coming out. So this is actually a good response here from Kuman. Yeah. And this is cool though, because now it's like the biggest problem with Brewmaster, I think everybody knows, is that he just can't lane. He's like one of the worst laners. This kind of just removes that entirely. He already has an urn finished up on top of a Windlace when it's coming out. So he already has his lane. His lane is accomplished. So looking real good. He's already level. He's got the 2 points in the Cinder Brew. Take a glance at the other 2 lanes. Mid's going
Pretty even,
as good
right?
as you can expect for Borening here, yeah.
Yep. On the down bottom, Skeeter. Not seeming to feel too much heat at all from Blizzy. He's farming very, very nicely down there. Yeah. I guess between the two of them, the fade bolt's going to be a little annoying for the right-click damage, but in terms of actually getting hurt, you're not going to. Time Warp's always going to save you. Top lane, Kuman, a lot of stacks on him. See the Cinder Brew out. I mean, that's going to be a lot of damage.
He's dead.
That is a lot. He is absolutely dead.
He's absolutely dead.
And they've got a point in the Thunderclap. They can chase for Slayer as well. He's even got the Urn Charge if he needs to use it to get the extra bit of damage down on Slayer, and there it is. I mean, this lane up top,
This is so cool.
I don't think they were prepared for it because it's something a little new. And even if they were, I don't really see how these two heroes, the Venture the Drow, are going to deal against this aggression. This Milan 33 Brew SD combo has taken over the lane, and I don't see it really ever getting any better. For Legacy.
They're clearing the wave so fast because this Cinder Brew plus Poison. Like, they already have another, like, full creep wave. Kuman missed
they're in behind town.
5 seconds.
33 even starts just walking towards.
It's scary.
To fight.
It's scary as well, too, because there's a Nature's Prophet on the team, too. So it's like, you TP back up and PTPs, you die. Oh, God, right? Like, so it's definitely very scary for Kuman at the moment.
33 trying to grab the creep wave round, just forcing Kuman to see us on the down. I mean, they're going to start making.
They're going to go
poison. A couple of bits of poison, Cinder Brew, as well as a few stacks. I mean, just look at the damage. He's already down to half HP on this Drow. Come on, he's got a few tangos to help him cut through the trees, but 33 is staying on top of him. The stacks won't quite get the fifth, though. They're still with the Urn, and that connection actually they clips him on the side bit. I mean, it's enough. They just blow up the Drow again. This top lane it must be a nightmare to try and lane into if you're Cyber Legacy. And imagine being met by this lane after you'd lost game 1 in that fashion. You know, you come into game 2, you're trying to farm as this Drow, but you have this SD Brew run and you're down.
Slayer does kill the bounty rune at least. Will of course pay with his life, but wow, yeah, this is something. And the Urn actually also pops the Cinder Brew is another thing too, so that's why he went for it. He's just earning the Drow and just non-stop throwing Cinder Brews on him. She can't run.
Yeah, and it's only going to get worse. I mean, you're about to hit level 5 with this wave. See if he gets the 3rd point in the Cinder Brew, 33.
He has to jungle on Kuman. He can't actually lane.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He's level 3 jungling. That is not a good start for the Drow lineup that we said. Can't make too many mistakes versus this very strong scaling draft of Mudgolems.
Yeah, I mean, we sort of look at the other lanes. You've got Magical on his Kunkka, obviously, and Blizzy on the Bloodseeker. Are either these heroes having a good enough time that could start to have as much impact as sort of the top lane from Mudgolems is having to sort of relieve the Drow some pressure by making their own plays elsewhere?
I mean, they're having okay games. The problem for me is that when you pick a Drow Ranger, it's like I remember it's like this famous thing that people always say is like the Synderen quote, right? When it's an Alchemist game, it's an Alchemist game. When it's a Drow game, it's a Drow game. You can't just have this Drow be out of the game and hope that your others will bail you out. A level 4 Drow at this time might be too much for Kuman to come back in, no matter how well his side makes it.
See it, top 33. Going in, Kuman managed to slow him down. He's hit the level 6.
33.
Yeah, he's ready to dive. He's ready to dive if he sees an opportunity. Slayer hit by the poison. 33 is running around. Slayer, he's walking straight into the trap of 33. They do have Bignum here, but already the Primal Split comes out. Magical's turned up as well. They will be able to find the Shadow Demon. In fact, the Rum is keeping Slayer safe. They're still trying to focus down Kuman 33. Commits on to move the Primal Split. There's not enough damage. Slayer is running. 33 will find him. Can he finish him? Magic Missile's already been used. 33 trying to run, but they've got 4 heroes running him down. He's into the tree. Does have a TP available if he wants to try and go for the quick escape. The space certainly created because bottom lane pressured onto the tower and they were able to kill off the Bloodseeker whilst this was all happening up top.
Alright, that's huge. He just wasted so much time with these heroes that they're able to now even pressure on mid from Elon. Like you said, bottom, they're able to get pressure too.
I mean, they're still hunting. They're sort of multi-shot in and wave of tearing through the trees. They're trying to find him. They don't.
And Slayer is fortunate to even get out with his life because the raindrop actually saved him because he had 2 stacks of Shadow Poison as the Rum was wearing off. Kuman does live though. That's the nice thing, but doesn't get a whole lot out of it as he's still level 4.5 and just has to sit in the jungle.
gonna have to leave this lane for
tower is under attack.
what sort of supports to try and soak up some XP. It's 33 ready to play aggressive as soon as Milan's back in the area. Milan heading straight over to the top.
He's going deep down bottom. He really, really, really wants Fada.
He hasn't got any mana for anything after the X mark.
Yeah, it's very. I mean, he really wants him though.
I mean, it's Blizzy and Slayer moving in now, so he has got some backup. And he's very tanky with his phase boost, double break. He's very hard for them to kill him.
Radiant's bottom tower
So he can keep the wave pushed in. Fada's going to go for the TP out. Knows that this is not a place to stick her down. So again, just avoiding these moves from Cyber Legacy. But Cyber Legacy should still be able to get at least the tier 1 tower down there.
Yeah, they might look to defend. There's a Brew split in 20 seconds. Yeah, they're going to send 33 down.
They have Wrath Nature too.
They have really strong team fight with this Brew split. And yeah, like you said, Magical has still very limited mana. He only has just the boat or just a Torrent plus X.
What the plan is, they're going to rupture 33 under his own tower. I mean, is 33 going to get any backup? That's the question. Fada's heading over. 33 is going to get the chance to get the primal split off. Turns over towards Magical. Paralyzing cast as well, bouncing between the two of them. Maledicte down onto Magical. He's going to have to buff off the coming in, but it's already surely too much damage as this with the Maledicte should pop him, and it does. Magical's gone. Time has been bought for Skeeter to try to fight. Willis Baronier teeping over. Bloodright will be avoided as 33's off to the side. Cast out again, bouncing onto Blizzy. Big Numb's chased down into the trees. The Cinder Brew and the right click finishing him off. They'll drop the chrono, pick up a third here as they've locked down Blizzy. He'll pop. 3 dead on Cyber Legacy as I mean, they really wanted to hang around that tier 1 tower and try and find something, but they just weren't. They weren't in fighting shape to prepare for Mudgolems reacting like that. Now Mudgolems, they're closing on to a 5k gold advantage at 10 minutes in just from that fight alone.
And Magical, okay, he ports down bottom, he'll be okay, but he stuck around so long with just little to zero mana, just showing his face. I think they're still gonna get affected by the last game on the way it looks like from the movements around the map, the decision making.
It just feels a little forced. A little forced.
Yeah, it's forced, and it just feels like they're a bit lost. Kuman, he's hit the level 6, but look at he's below the Shadow Demon on experience and net worth. In a moment here, this is really rough for them.
They're going to try and finish off the tier 1 tower again, and no Chronosphere from Skeeter available, obviously, so they should be able to find it. This push, so they will finally get that objective, but still, as you can just see with the gold lead, Mudgolems just finding so much more across the map on all of their cores. 33, pretty much got the Blink Dagger complete. Levels from Milan as well up top. And Skeeter, he's going for this Mask of Madness into Battle Fury, and no signs of him being slowed down on the road to that quite yet.
Jumping forward for Magical. Blizzy will be in the area though to push him out. But yeah, like Cyber Legacy, they want to be the ones on the aggressive moves this game. They've lost all 3 tier 1s. They can't really do much of anything. This is going to be a painful one to watch, I do believe. Yeah,
and you can sort of see from 33 there with the way that he's changed his eye, how sort of comfortable he feels that the game is. Yeah. Was going for the blink, but he sort of said to himself, well, you know, he doesn't really need the blink to actually kill anyone at this point. You know, he can walk into the fights, and he's going to avoid building a Battle Fury. He gets a Midas. These heroes are going to be scaling at a pace that Cyber Legacy they don't have any heroes that are going to be able to farm sort of that fast throughout the game, and unless Magical starts to go full in on the jungle. But he has this phase jumps, and as we've seen, he's looking for action. He's not really hitting creeps. So again, it's going to be the same case of game 1. This goes on, and Mudgolems are only going to get further and further ahead as the game scales into the late stage.
Yeah, this one just 10 times worse, it does feel. Maybe even more so. As yeah, Kuman he doesn't have ways to recover as a Drow either is the problem. Like he's level 7 at 12 minutes. You see him, he's working on Ancients, but even then, he doesn't kill them so fast. Even with Avenge backing him up during the entirety of it.
And he's just so vulnerable as the Drow. There's multiple ways of Mudgolems getting on top of him. It's going to be very tough for Cyber Legacy.
Yep. This feels like such a relaxed game, honestly, for Mudgolems. They can kind of just do whatever they feel, whatever they please. They have Brew Split, so they're going to look for this fight. They have Chrono up as well. Go look for the Drow, who
they know they want to kill Kuman. They want to get Kuman out of the game. And there he is. They'll drop the Chrono. They'll kill him off. they can keep doing that to the Drow, this game's only going to get into a sadder and sadder state for Crewman, and it's going to be so hard for him to pick his game back up. Bignum's going to try for the TP, but straight away with the primal split, be able to cancel it, take down one, and it's falling apart. It's falling apart. Borony there with that ref catching Slayer. Blizzy's dead as well. And
Dire's middle tower.
They might call it soon. The thing is that nobody's making it.
Yeah.
Nobody's even trying to make space for the Drow. That's why she gets caught at those ancients. It's nobody's even like showing in lanes, so they know exactly where she's farming, and no one's making space. So this feels impossible. Absolutely impossible.
It's rough. Yeah, Borony with this Orchid done. BKB next, so he's going to be able to just TP in as he wishes. Start fights off. And how's the Battle Fury progress looking for Skeeter? Actually, he's not going to go for it anymore. He says with
it'll end too fast.
Yeah, he just wants to have an item done before they win. Yeah. He's going for the Yasha Sanj.
They're gonna smoke, so this is okay. They have to get something.
This has got to get something.
They use all of something. Every single ult was used by Mudgolem, so they have to be able to get something out of this. If they don't win this, if they lose this fight, I think that's what we see.
It could be a bit awkward,
but
yeah. Who are they gonna find? They get Milan. They found Milan. In with the torrent.
Dire's bottom tower.
He's gonna disrupt himself, but
Radiant's middle tower.
he's dead.
Is under
He's very,
attack.
very dead. So they kill on Milan. They've got the creep wave here as well, so they can try for the tier 1. Fortification is back up. And in terms of the big ultis for Mudgolem, still 50 seconds. So they've still got room to work with here, Cyber Legacy. They're going to see if they can try and catch another magical. The vision on the high ground will grab back Fodder, but Fodder with the cast does stop the target connecting the bounces as well as giving him further time to continue to run away. Slayer swapping in position, get the magic missile. Should have got the stun of the headshot. What is on the Fodder? He's able to dodge the boat somehow, and that goes the TP straight back out, but Slayer has another spot. Fodder, he's going to lay down the death ward though into magical, but it doesn't matter. This is Cyber Legacy cleaning house. They've managed to find Boronia, find Fodder. Now they've got some extra backup on the side of Mudgolems as both Skeeter and Milan have arrived. Bigum's going to tick out to the poison by the looks of it. Blizzy is going to try for TP out. Is there a bash? There is. Skeeter gets the bash as needed. And 33 chasing down Slayer. So it looked almost like Cyber Legacy was going to have a good time, and then the rest of Mudgolems turned up.
It looked okay for a moment when every single ultimate was on cooldown, and when finding a TPs into the middle of 4 heroes, but then the Void shows up. Yeah. And they don't even get the tier 1 tower mid is the important thing. That they did smoke to try to make that pressure play to get it. They barely get any damage on it at all. And now, all of Mudgolems has everything up. Fodder just, those cast bounces dominate the fight.
That's definitely the painful fact for Cyber Legacy, that they got cleaned up without any of these big ults having to be used. Chrono, Primal Split, Nature's Wrath, Demonic Purge, it's all there. It's all there. Skeeter, he's just charging straight in. He actually just jumps in aggressive. He's ready for action, goes in on Slayer with a Master Madness, and he knows that Slayer ain't getting any help. Slayer's going to be left alone.
Okay,
Barney was trying to TP and deeper to see if he could catch the Drow, but Kuman's already backing away. $10K lead, 16 minutes in. Only Magical having any sort of farm. Milan on the Shadow Demon has more farm than Blizzy and Kuman right now.
Oh boy, yeah. And look at, 33, he's got 1800 HP, you know, he went for Midas Vlad's, and he doesn't, you said, you know, Blink Dagger, why? He can just walk in and ulti. They can't kill him.
You don't need a Blink, he can just build up like this. And obviously having that Vlad's is going to be very, very much appreciated by Skeeter. And talk about Skeeter, he's going to go for him. Drain of the Roche, put with the Master Madness and the Yasha. There, we'll see if Cyber Legacy do head over. They do kind of need to. I think letting this go to Mudgolems is going to be pretty painful. Mudgolems actually stepping away here. So they want to try and find some kills before they continue to finish Roche. Slayer does go to try and get wall control. It's going to cost him his life. Side of the pit with the 1 kill. Skeeter heads back in, knows that it's a 4 versus 5 in the game. So 5 versus 5 Cyber Legacy at this point are struggling to do anything. The man down. Definitely not going to be able to do anything at all. It's been scanned out by Cyber Legacy, but no intention of heading over by the looks of it with Blizzy down bottom. Magical trying to play some farm. Tom, this is going to be a free road to Aegis.
Yep, they're trying to split push the map, trying to split push their sides to get some farm, but it's just feeling like that inevitable.
Ooh,
so
top
close.
Lane, yeah, Milan nearly finds Magical there. TP out just in time. Quick TP's down bottom. There was a rupture used onto Boronier, but backup comes over immediately. Blizzy will be able to head back into the trees and TP out.
I'm honestly just following Kuman with my camera. It just feels so sad watching him trying to recover. Because I mean, he's doing what he can. It's literally just the damage was just way too much from the laning phase. He just can't recover. They're smoking to try to clear out his jungle.
I mean, they should be able to get Milan. Milan's in deep.
There's a lot of backup.
He's actually getting expelled. Are you right? Borony is going to TP in very aggressively to the backlines. Borony is going to go down. Skeeter has got a chrono. He's looking for it. Finds the chrono onto Kuman. Will commit to kill off the Drow. Kuman goes down. But can they get anything more now? Skeeter over to Wolf Slayer, but Slayer turns with the magic. So Magical does find the top connection onto Milan, but Skeeter jumps across, pushing back Magical. Milan able to live. Skeeter staying on top of Magical, but still able to swap out. Skeeter jumps in aggressively with the time walk. Under the tower, 33-7-4, 33. He's still got his Primal Split available. The stolen Chronos field will hold back 33 for now, but Skeeter commits him deep. He still has that Aegis, so he's not even worried about going down the once. Slayer turns, and he missed off. Does manage to stun the skin, but another Primal. Skeeter stays alive, cleans up the bench as another team fight where Cyber Legacy just are too far behind to be able to tackle mudgolems in these full-on engagements.
Yeah, they keep getting Boronier though, who's keeping right in the front of everything there. But yeah, you're really seeing, I mean, 14,000 gold lead at 20 minutes. You see how much damage it does. It's easy for mudgolems. All these fights.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Tier 2 towers now under potential threat. Top wave being pushed all the way in.
Dire's top tower.
I mean, is there any sort of line that might change things? I mean, BKB is kind of close for Magical. He did lose the courier though with the overclock and the mithril hammer off. A bit of time is going to have to be waited upon there. There's a blink dagger done for Milan, so
it all helps. You know, it helps Magical. It just nothing can help Kuman. He needs just an injection of 6,000 gold. That's what he needs to help. All these other items from his teammates just don't make him have a better time.
They're going to need to have some serious base diving coming out from Mudgolems to give them that sort of opportunity.
Yeah.
But Mudgolems, we saw from game one, they've been playing it very sensible, very safe. And if anything, this game, they are playing it faster because they know that they can just get away with it. Skeeter coming across, they're looking at Magical. Skeeter with the Bloodbright combo, not quite there, so he's not silenced. He's still able to chip in on the Magical. Both does hit, but Skeeter's going to stay hot on the collar of Magical. The triple bash is coming out there as Magical's trying to run. Skeeter's going to continue to chase. Disruption will buy time for Skeeter to get in position, take out Magical. As Magical will fall, 33 pushing back. Blizzy with the primal split. 2 dead yet again on Cyber Legacy, 23-7.
Kuman getting space bottom though. He's got the Yasha. Slayer walks up and dies. Yeah, this is painful.
They're getting ready to go high ground. Even this tier 2 tower will take it. 20 seconds without a couple of the members of Cyber Legacy. They know that the potential for defense is going to be incredibly limited. Trying to poke at Skeeter, but with this SY ultimate orb, he's just 1,000 gold away from having a full Skadi. This is going to be such a tanky, faceless void. And they just do not have the damage to kill them. I mean, even Magical, the most farm right now, obviously having this drums and BKB, he can really do some damage. He's tanky, but when it comes to actually being able to deal with, you know, sort of fighting against these very farmed carries, you're nothing more than sort of the burst from the Tidebringer and the boat.
Yeah. Warning here. He's got BKB these times around, though. That's when they can try to commit on him. They get the lift, though.
That boat coming in. They get the kill. Get him? I mean, He has been playing pretty well, Borony. You know, out of all the all sort of the team, he's been the one that's going in, finding himself on the front. But it does sort of feel like he's been playing that way because he probably just doesn't care. He's like, you know what, we're winning this game so hard, I'm going to go wherever I want.
He's probably, it doesn't matter how much I die. My team, this game's over. My boy's free farming.
Oh, it's the lift. Cancel the death ward. Maledict and poison stack on Blizzy won't be enough to kill him, so Blizzy will live. And Skeeter, you know, this creep wave is going to give him the Scardy. And also very close to having level 18-2 on the Void. If we look at sort of leveling situation of Cyber Legacy.
Don't look, don't do it.
I mean, Magical 16, but yeah, you look at the Drow, at level 14, still a long way to go, a huge gap to close.
Dire's courier has been
also able to find a courier on the way back there. So the courier snipe onto Magical, but of course Magical did manage to get the delivery done, so he does have the BKB.
Okay. They do still have like decent high ground holding with the Bloodbright and the Rubik Fadebolt spam, but it just, is Kuman ever going to be able to actually hold his ground versus Void, who has double his net worth?
Yeah, I mean, Skeeter jumps in and Chronos the Drow. Obviously, there's the swap. He has to be careful if the Slayer will be able to save. See, Big Dumb behind. Skeeter is going to find Blizzy. Blizzy going to try for the TP out. He's going to get the bash on the first hit there, Skeeter. As Blizzy's dead, so is Big Dumb. And again, finding these kills without having to really commit too much at all. Chronosphere, Primal Split, still ready for the high ground push.
Trying to end it, I do believe. I don't think that they need to go back or anything else. They have the Solar Crest, yeah, they have everything, so I think just Siege, put Cyber Legacy out of the misery of this game.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Because you know that they're suffering on that side.
They've got the Deso done on Borin here, so extra siege and push to end this game. See what they can find here. Silence out, defensive disruption. It's time for Skeeter. He's going to play a little safe here, jumping back, not wanting to try and commit with the Chrono. Torrent does find Fodder. It's a little low in Magical. He's trying to step forward, but he get caught by the cast and the silence. Bounces as well, bring him low. He's going to put the BKB, but the depth, he's going to die, right? There's the Chrono. Skeeter's in. Behind the Chrono, onto the three of them. Magical will go down. Skeeter turns attention over towards 2-man. The 2 over the Magic Missile, but Skeeter's just so tanky. There's no damage to harm this Void whatsoever. The Drow goes down. Triple kill for Skeeter. It's a buyback from Kuman, but they're getting destroyed on their high ground. Slayer goes down. As there it is. GG is called. 30-8, 25k lead. I mean, at least they had to start at game 1, Cyber Legacy, to feel okay about, but after that, the ending of game 1, and now the pretty much entirety of game 2.